Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
Today on Movie Social, we're doing a spoiler review of the Apple TV new movie called Palmer. Yeah, starring Justin Timberlake. And before we actually get into this movie here, if you like what we're doing on the channel with these reviews for movies, TV shows, video games, and anime, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also share the channel and video with your family and friends. All right, Steph. Do you think Palmer is worth people's time?
For sure. It's very heart-touching. Pulls on those heartstrings. I knew Justin Timberlake did some acting before.
Yeah, he's actually not bad in acting.
But
for most
to me, this is definitely seeing him in a different light. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this movie. Sad, man. Sad movie. But has a good outcome. But yeah, I definitely would recommend this.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those touch your soul, very emotional type of films. I mean, even the characters that are portrayed in this, there's a lot of emotion that's going to come out of this from all sides.
Agreed.
You're going to have hate. You're going to have compassion and love. You're going to even have sympathy and empathy. And that's what you kind of sometimes want in a film, but this is really going to draw on heartstrings. But I will say this, for some, this might not be their type of film just because of whatever their religion problems that they have with this type of stuff. Because there is some sexuality issues. So it is, and then it's not at the same time. They did it the way that most people are supposed to view that as, for the most part, the way Palmer himself acted, aka Justin Timberlake, responded to it after a while. Because at first he kind of had some problems with it himself, but he quickly dusted that off because it was the right way to go. But I will break that part down in a second. As a whole, check this movie out if you have Apple TV.
Isn't Apple TV like only $5?
It all depends. If you have Apple, if you got a new Apple device, it's free for a year. If you're doing Apple all-in-one, where you have all the Apple premium features, it's $30-something a month for a family plan. Individuals, like $10 a month, stuff like that.
Well, I only got $5.
It's just for that by itself.
Oh, just for Apple TV by itself.
Yeah, if you do it, they have different packages, subscription packages.
The only thing I don't like about Apple TV is I'm an Android user. So I gotta go through a web browser.
Yeah, but I mean, you could also, if you have you can use the app on most devices like Xbox. I think PlayStation, maybe Amazon Fire Stick, all that.
Well, that's good to know because I believe
you just won't ever see it on the Android store. Play Store. Well, at least not right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because again, I'm not really enjoying watching it on my phone.
Well, if you're an Apple user like me, it's great on the phone because
I mean,
them AirPod Pros.
I gotta go through the website and all that hoopla.
Yeah. Anyway, so the main character just coming out of prison after doing his 12-year bid for it, which I hate that. That's something that really needs to be corrected by the government. If you've served your full prison sentence, you should not be getting on parole. You should just be a clear free man. Because I hate that. How he came out of prison and then immediately was put on parole and almost cost him not to be able to get a job. It was kind of hindering him with trying to get the custody of the child. And so that's something that really grinded my gears with this. Now, the part that really pissed me off was that they had the other kids in his class, boys, that actually said, use the F word. I won't repeat it on here because
being very mean, being very, very mean. I mean,
and the whole pushing and shoving, that made no sense.
The whole scribbling on. First of all he did was paint him and.
Well, they were picking on you know always gonna have somebody trying to pick on somebody in school just because they're different than them.
Yeah, and that was whack. But my real issue here is the 30-plus-year-old.
Yeah, and I was so glad when he got his ass beat.
That 30-plus-year-old doing that to that poor kid. he got his comeuppance. Like, if it
I
wasn't
ain't get enough. If you
I
ask
agree.
me.
If it wasn't for them pulling
Palmer off.
Palmer
But
off him, he probably would have died.
I'm glad they pulled Palmer off because I didn't want to see him go back to jail.
He probably would have died.
Even though he almost went to jail trying to save that boy, still from his own mother.
And I agree that he did he actually, like, this definitely showed growth because again he did turn back. And it was just, man, like,
I want to see what they would do in real life if something like this happened. The unfit mother is strung out on drugs with an abusive boyfriend who then pushes the boy down. And then the neighbor who was already trying to seek custody of the child takes the child and takes off with the child for a while. If they would really arrest him for kidnapping or not. Because to me, he's doing the right thing. You got the child out of a bad situation. Yeah, you call the cops on that. But still, the child can't be in that environment right then and there either way.
I agree.
He's been abused.
But I think the law is the law.
But it's the gray area too with that. Because I look at it as, he didn't kidnap the child. He got the child out of that environment temporarily until the mother can calm down enough, could get child services involved and all. But you're not gonna leave. I wouldn't, as a human being, I still wouldn't leave that child in the house. Now I wouldn't have probably drove off. We would have went to my house, sat there on the porch or whatever until police came, whatever. Because the mom was already on drugs at the point. She was high. The boyfriend was abusive, pushing the child, choking the mother anyway. So to me, that was the most toxic environment for a child.
Oh, for sure.
And that was something I liked. The character of Sam being so happy and happy-go-lucky for the most part with all of that going on in his life. Even though, I love the part when they were in the store. I believe they just got their Halloween costumes. And the old lady had the nerve to try and talk about Sam staying with Palmer. And then Sam went off and snapped.
Yeah.
I was like...
That was hilarious. That was definitely funny.
And then here she go. I'm calling child services. Like, I hate people like that.
I'm pretty sure she's the person who called child services.
Yeah. And I hate people like that. You're calling child services because Palmer's raising the child. I can understand, call child services on the mother, but the mother's not even in the picture right now, so.
Yeah, at that point, she wasn't in the picture at all.
Now, if it was the other way around, if the child was trying to stay with her, she would have had no problem with it. It's just because she wanted to be in everybody else's business.
Yep, his grandmother Vivian said that even before she passed away.
That was messed up. Right after all this starts happening, things start looking good for all of them. Then Palmer goes in the room, sees her dead. I didn't fully know she was dead because it looked like she was breathing, but that could have been the actor trying to keep breathing for a second. But they did have her extra pale.
Yeah,
I was like, damn. Then they just showed the funeral. I'm like,
It was really good. I enjoyed this for sure.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake did an excellent job.
This was actually better than I thought it would have been. Because I thought it was going to be a little bit dry and boring. But it really wasn't. It was entertaining.
Very.
Very well thought out storyline and very well executed acting. But if you've watched it, let us know your thoughts and opinions and keep it tasteful in the comments below. Until next time.